I'm Dr. Isagani Tano from Philippines. My success of story can be considered as a journey shaped by service, resilience, and leadership. I want to share my story not as a measure of success, but as a journey shaped by responsibility, resilience, and lifelong commitment to service. My story began in the Philippines, and much of my childhood was spent in Calamba, Laguna. I grew up living with my titos and titas under the loving care or guidance of my grandmother. From them, I learned discipline, respect, and the importance of family. The guidance I received did not always come from the comfort. More often, it came to sacrifice and shared responsibility. My parents worked hard to support us. My father worked as a car washer at Recolife, and my mother ran a small carinderia in Makati City. Their work was honest, difficult, and demanding. Very early in life, I learned a lesson that continues to guide me even now. Life does not promise fairness, but is always response to effort. Our national hero, Dr. Jose Rizal, once said, "Ang kabataan ang pag-asa ng bayan. The youth are the hope of the nation." As a young boy, I may not have fully understood the depth of those words, but I lived them. Education became my anchor, my way forward where circumstances were uncertain and choices were limited. One of the most defining moments of my life came when my father passed away. At that time, I was third year high school and my brother was in fourth year high school. Losing a parent at such a young age forced us to grow up faster than we were ready for. Life suddenly demanded maturity, strength, and responsibility far earlier than expected. After my father passing, our situation became even more difficult. When I entered college, I chose to pursue a Bachelor of Science in Computer Science at Laguna College of Business and Arts. At the same time, my brother was already in second year of a vocational course. We were studying simultaneously at different levels with limited resources and many uncertainties ahead of us. My mother became the pillar of our family. She continues running her small carinderia in Makati City, which became our lifeline. It supported our daily needs and helped pay for our school expenses. There were days where exhaustion was visible on her face, but she never allowed hardship to weaken our hope. We were also deeply blessed to have titos and titas who extended their help during those difficult years. Their support, financial, emotional, and moral, made it possible for both my brother and me to continue and evenly finish our studies. From this experience, I learned a truth that has stayed with me ever since. Success is never achieved alone. It is built through family, community, and shared sacrifice. In this quiet moment of grief, I ask myself a difficult question. Would this pain stop me or would it shape me? Another Filipino thinker, Apollinario Mabini, once said, "Ang taong hindi marunong lumingon sa pinanggalingan ay hindi makakarating sa paroonan." This means that those who do not know how to look back at where they come from will never reach their destination. Remembering where I came from, I made a decision that would define my life. I told myself, if I stop when life became painful, then pain would have won. But I chose to turn pain into purpose. From that moment on, giving up was no longer part of my story. Graduating cum laude in computer science was a proud moment, but it was not the end of struggle. Like many fresh graduates, I did not immediately realize how difficult it was to find work. My first job was a small company when I worked as a sales assistant in a Tokyo Bikini, Philippines. It was far from my dream, but it taught me humility, patience, and resilience. But graduation was not the finish line. It was only the beginning. I thought while studying studied while working, and worked while learning. There were years where exhaustion became familiar and balance felt impossible. Nights when rest felt like a luxury, and morning when I questioned how long I could keep going. What carried me through those moments was a Filipino value that is difficult to translate. It was a single word: sipag at tiyaga. Sipag means hard work. Tiyaga means perseverance. Together, they reflect a quiet determination to keep going even when progress felt slow and even when no one is watching. Every time I entered classroom, something grounded me again. I saw students who were intelligent, capable, and full of potential, yet uncertain, unprepared, and sometimes unsupported. That was when I realized something that changed my life. Education is not about transferring information. It is about transforming lives. From that moment on, I knew I did not want to be just an instructor delivering lessons. I wanted to be an educator who built confidence, direction, and purpose. Another Filipino leader, our late Senator Miriam Defensor Santiago, once said, "Excellence is an habit. You are what you repeated to." That belief shaped my approach to teaching and leadership. Consistency over shortcut and substance over appearance. While working, I attempted to pursue graduate study at Adamson University. Balancing work, study, and financial realities became extremely difficult. Eventually, I resigned because it was simply too hard to continue. I found another job afterwards, but I was able to finish that graduate program. That period taught me an important lesson. Progress is not always linear, and delay does not mean failure. I continued working in different companies until 2006, when I entered public service with the Quezon City government at Quezon City Polytechnic University, now known as a Quezon City University. I started as a contract of service, and in 2010, I received my first permanent plantilla position as Instructor 3. Determined to continue my education, I transferred my graduate studies to Rizal Technological University at Malabon City at Mandaluyong City, where I pursue a Master of Science Information Technology. In 2014, I finally graduated. That achievement reminded me that it's never too late to continue a journey you once had to pause. After completing my master's degree in 2014, I was appointed an officer in charge, director of the BSIT department. That role became another turning point in my life. Managing department while teaching and working full-time was extremely challenging. It was during that period that I realized I needed to deepen my technical expertise even further. Because of this realization, I decided to pursue my Doctor in Information Technology at AMA University, Project 8, Quezon City. Balancing doctoral study, full-time work, and departmental management was one of the most difficult seasons of my life. These were moments when exhaustion tested my resolve, especially since I had no formal background in educational management at that time. Still, through perseverance and discipline, I completed my doctorate in IT in 2017. However, as I continue handling leadership responsibility, I become more aware of my limitation, not in technology, but in managing people, system, and institution. I realized that leadership in education requires more than experience. It requires deeper understanding. This realization led me to pursue a PhD in Educational Leadership and Management at La Consolacion University, Philippines at Malolos, Bulacan. This journey was not an easy. My daily routine involved traveling from Quezon City to Malolos, Bulacan, while continuing to work full-time. Along the way, I encountered many challenges, personal difficulties, unexpected problems, and moments when giving up felt easier than continuing. Then came the COVID-19 pandemic, Like many other, my academic journey was disrupted as priorities shifted toward health, safety, and institutional stability. I was not able to finish my PhD ELM immediately. Still, I persisted, and I am proud to say that I completed my PhD in August 2022. That period taught me an important lesson. Leadership also means knowing when to pause, adapt, and respond to the realities of the moment. My exposure to both industry and academia revealed a painful gap. Many graduates possess knowledge but lack readiness for the real world. Instead of criticizing the system, I choose to improve it from within. I realized that if I truly wanted to help change education, I had to understand it deeply, from curriculum and pedagogy to leadership, governance, and policy. This realization pushed me to pursue advanced study not for title but for competence. Earning my doctorate in IT as a scholar of Quezon City government was one of the most humbling moments of my life. It reminding me a principle. I hold deeply degrees are not decoration. They are all tools of means for service. Leadership entered my life not as ambition but as an obligation. When I assumed administrative role, including serving as a dean, I learned that leadership is not about position, it is about accountability. That belief was tested most during the pandemic when uncertainty disrupted education system across the world. Plan collapsed, fear spread quickly. Decision had to be made without perfect information. In those moments, I remember the words of Manuel L. Quezon, who said, "My loyalty to my country became where my loyalty to self-interest ended." For me, leadership means placing people first over convenience, comfort, or personal gain. I learned that people do not expect leaders to be flawless. They expect them to be present, honest, and humane. Crisis reshaped my understanding of leadership, not as control, but as care. Alongside leadership, research became another form of service. I pursue scholarship not to accumulate credentials, but to contribute solutions, whether in digital transformation, governance, public administration, environmental planning, or education. My guiding belief has always been simple and pure. Knowledge does not serve people is incomplete. Recognition and awards followed, but they were never the motivation. Impact was and will always be the measure. Despite the demands of administration, teaching remained my foundation. I continue mentoring students, guiding young researchers, speaking seminar, and engaging in community service. Because I believe this deeply titled my command respect, but mentorship built legacy. Today, when people ask me what success truly means, my answer is clear and unwavering. Success is not how far you go, it is how many you help rise with you. To the student watching this, never allow your circumstances to define your ceiling. Where you begin does not determine where you will end. To educator, your influence extends far beyond the classroom. You may never fully see it, but it's real and lasting. To the leader, remember this. Authority can demand compliance, but serve earn trust. Before I end, allow me to share this closing not only in English, but also in my own language. Because this story, it is a core, is deeply Filipino. Sa lahat ng aking pinagdadaanan, natutunan ko na ang tagumpay hindi nasusukat sa kung gaano kakataas narating, kundi sa kung gaano karami ang iyong natulungan habang ikaw ay umaangat. Ang edukasyon ay hindi lamang para sa sarili, ito ay pananagutan sa kapwa. Success is not measured by how far you rise alone, but by how many people you help along the way. Education is not only for personal gain, it is responsibility to other. Kung kaya, may isang aral akong nais iwan sa inyo. Ito yun. Kapag ang edukasyon ay pinamumunuan ng kababaang loob at ang pamumuno ay nakaugat sa paglilingkod, ang mga ordinaryong buhay tulad ng sa akin, tulad ng sa inyo, ay kayang lumikha ng pambihirang epekto. In English, when education is guided by humility and leadership is grounded in service, ordinary lives like mine, like yours, can create extraordinary impact, not just for today, but for generation yet to come. Success is not measured by how far we rise alone, but by how many we help along the way. My journey shaped by loss, sacrifice, education, and service remind me that where we begin does not define where we can go. My education is guided by humility and leadership, is grounded in service. Ordinary lives can create extraordinary impact. My story is not about perfection, it's about persistence. It is about choosing purpose over comfort, service over recognition, and integrity over convenience. I began this journey with limited means but strong value. I continue it with gratitude, responsibility, and hope. And if there is one lesson I wish to leave with you, it is this. When education is guided by humility and leadership is guided in service, ordinary life like mine, like yours, can create extraordinary impact, not just for today, but for generation yet to come. Maraming salamat po. Thank you very much. I'm Dr. Isagani Tano from the Philippines, from Quezon City University. Thank you very much.